Paper number 31. Now in this paper number 31, question numbers 1 to 5. The first 5 questions are based on what? And who are the persons here? B, E, H, L, P, S, X and Z are the 8 persons, isn't it? Are seated in a straight line, but not facing the same direction, isn't it? And these persons are not facing the same direction, and each one of them, or all of them, or each one of them are living in a building which has 8 floors. Each one of them is living in a different floor. Immediate neighbors of each of these persons facing the same direction. Now, earlier we had discussed about one such type of immediate neighbors of the person are facing the same direction in the sector arrangement we had discussed, isn't it? Now, here in this one, immediate neighbors of whom? Immediate neighbors of the persons facing the same direction. And if all the persons are sitting according to alphabetical order from left to right, no one occupies the same place. Left to right, no one occupies the same place. No one occupies the same floor number when arranged according to either ascending or descending order from either left to right or right to left, isn't it? Now, this is the description given about this one. Now, regarding this one, how many persons are there? Tell me. 8 persons. As 8 persons are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Immediate neighbors of the person. Now, let us discuss about this condition. Immediate neighbors of the persons facing the same direction. Now, if you take this person is facing north. Now, this person is having how many immediate neighbors? Only one. But as here he is talking about immediate neighbors means that person should have 2 persons. That means this person n, and here now this person is talking about this person. Immediate neighbors of this person is facing towards which direction? North. Same direction means now let us take these 2 can be towards north, isn't it? Then what is the other possibility? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then in this case, if this person is north, these 2 persons will be south. How many possibilities do we have? 2 possibilities. Then we have discussed about this one. Now this person is having 2 immediate neighbors, and these 2 immediate neighbors should have same direction. As this person is facing north, this person must also face towards north. Then to this person immediate neighbors is this person and this person, and towards this person immediate neighbors are like this, and to this person immediate neighbor. That means all the persons are facing towards north only. If you take these 2 persons are facing towards north, all the persons will be towards north. But as here in a straight line but not facing the same direction clearly given, isn't it? Hence all the persons are facing towards a particular direction is ruled out. Done with this? This case is ruled out. Now we are left with this case. Now in this case, if this person is facing north, these 2 will be south. And if this person is south, one of the immediate neighbor is north, the other person will be north. Then as this person is north, one of the person is south, the other person will be south. And this person is south, this person will be north, this person is north, this person is south. That means alternate positions must be in the same. Clear? If it started with the south, then alternate south, south, south and so on. If it started with the north, 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 alternate this. Done with this? Now this is about the first description. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 persons are there. Now these 8 persons, as what is the numbers here? B. B, E, H, L, P, S, X, Z. B, E, H, L, P, S, X, Z. Now if you arrange all these persons in the ascending order, alphabetical order, this is the order. But as what is the information here? And immediate neighbors of all the persons. And if all the persons according to alphabetical order from, and no one occupies the same place. No one occupies the same place if these persons are arranged in the alphabetical order. That means B cannot be at the first place, E cannot be at the second place. Are you following this one or not? And H cannot be at the third place, L cannot be at this place, and P cannot be at this place, S cannot be at this place, X cannot be at this place, and Z cannot be at this place. Clear enough? From left hand side to right hand side, these persons are not in the same order. Then facing the same direction, if all the persons are sitting according to alphabetical order from left to right, no one occupies the same place. Then at the same time, no one occupies the same floor number when arranged according to the ascending or descending order from left or right, isn't it? Now it is not left or right, from top or bottom, okay, from top or bottom. Now in total how many do we have? We have some 8. as 8 are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then now, so from top or bottom, no one occupies the same floor, either from the ascending order or descending order. That means, now can B be at this place? B cannot be at this place. B cannot be here and B cannot be here, because B can be either the least from top to bottom or bottom to top. Hence, as B is at the last. Yes, what is order here? Now, if you take this order, if these persons are arranged in the alphabetical order, now the floors will always be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, isn't it? Now, these persons are arranged in the ascending order. This will be B, E, H, L, P, S, X, Z, P, S, X, Z, R, and again from top to bottom, B, E, H, L, B, E, H, L, and B, E, H, L, P, S, X, Z. Now, these persons cannot be in these places. That is what it means by. Then that means B cannot be at the first place, or B cannot be at the first from the top, first from the bottom. E cannot be second from the top, second from the bottom. That means these two persons are not at equidistant from either end. H cannot be at the third from the bottom, third from the top. L cannot be third from the fourth from the bottom, fourth from the top. P cannot be fifth from the bottom, fifth from the top, and so on. S cannot be, X cannot be, Z cannot. Clear now? This is what the information given regarding this. Then, now coming back to this arrangement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, no one occupies the same floor from left to right or left. Then, condition number 1. Yes, what is condition number 1 here? E is seated third to the left of the one who is living in the 7th floor. E is sitting third to the left of the one who is living in the 7th floor, isn't it? Left of the one, that means if the person living on the 7th floor is facing towards north, E will be left hand side. Or if this person is facing south, E will be towards this side, isn't it? And one of them is an immediate neighbor of B but not seated at any extreme ends of the row. That means this E and 7 cannot be at any extreme ends of the row, isn't it? And one of them is an immediate neighbor of whom? One of them is an immediate neighbor of B. Now, sir, first we do not know whether the first person is facing north or facing south. If that person is facing north, then alternate will be north. That person is facing south, alternate will be south. As of now, we cannot determine. But there is an information. What is that information here? L is sitting fourth from the right hand and not facing the north. L is fourth from the right hand, that means L is here. Now, this person is not facing north, means this person is facing south. If this person is facing south, alternate persons must be facing south, isn't it? Then this person is also facing south, this person is also facing south, and the remaining persons are facing towards north. Done with this? With the help of this information, we can able to determine the directions of these persons. L is fourth from the right hand side, and this L is not facing north, that means L is facing south. If L is facing south, immediate neighbors of these persons are facing the same direction. Hence, alternate positions will be south, alternate positions will be north. Follow avutunnara leda? Then L will be here. Then, L is seated fourth to the right and not facing north, and he is seated immediate neighbor of the persons who are seated immediate. And X is living in the 5th floor, and only 3 persons are in between, are sitting in between X and Z. Between X and Z, how many persons are seated? Tell me here. There are 3 persons between X and Z. There are 3 persons seated between X and Z. One of them seated an immediate neighbor of L. As one of them is an immediate neighbor of L, then tell me how many possibilities we have? 2 possibilities. Then one of them is an immediate neighbor of L. If Z is at this place, now I am talking about this Z. If Z is here, this Z is facing towards north. As Z is facing north, isn't it? And how many persons? X is living in the, and only 3 persons between X and Z, 3 and only 3 persons between X and Z, X will be at this place. Only 3 persons in between X and Z. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. L is here and this L is facing towards south, and one of them is immediate neighbor of whom? X. Now, we have taken X at this place. If X is here, this X is facing north. 1, 2, 3, Z will be here. This Z is also facing north. And so many possibilities? X and Z can be in these 2 places, isn't it? Hence, I am writing it as X and Z or X and Z. Done with this? X and Z and X and Z. Follow avutunnara leda? L ki adi next possibility. As of now in this one x and z will be at this place, isn't it? Now x and z. And again what is the other possibility here? Now the other possibility wherein this person is, if x or z is at this place. Now this person is facing this one, these two persons are facing not. If z is at this place, can z be at this place? No. Why? If z is here, 3 persons between z and x, x will be here. Isn't it? 3 persons between z and x. Or if x is here, 3 persons between x and z, this is also. But can z be at the last place? Can z be at the last place or not? No. Why? Because these persons were arranged in the ascending order, cannot be in the same place. And z cannot be at this place, x must be here only. Clear now? Here we got this one. Are you following this one or not? Because the first information we have discussed. All these persons were arranged in the alphabetical order, cannot be in the same place. Now if z is at the last place, z is the highest one and he cannot be at the last place. Hence here we are having only one possibility in this case. Then E is seated third to the left of the one who is living on the 7th floor. E is seated third to the left of the one. E is seated third to the left of the one who is staying in the 7th floor, isn't it? And one of them is an immediate neighbor of B, but not seated at any extrements of the line. As this person cannot be at any extrement of the line, then now B and the 7th floor cannot be at the extreme of the line, and again cannot be at the second places, isn't it? Then cannot be at the second places, then tell me where should this then. Now can you take this E at this place? Can E be at this place or not? Yes. E cannot be at the second place, can be at any one. If E is here, then the 7th place floor must be here. E and the 7th floor, isn't it? Then who is on the 7th floor here? Z is on the 7th floor. Or x or z will be on the 7th floor, x or z. Again in this case, now in this case what happens here, z is here. Z cannot be here, right? Then, and one of them is an immediate neighbor of B. As one of them is an immediate neighbor of B means who is that one? Either E is an immediate neighbor of B or the 7th floor person is an immediate neighbor of B, isn't it? B can be immediate neighbor of L or this one. And only 3 persons are seated between the persons who are living on the 8th floor and P. Between 8th floor and P, how many persons are there? There are exactly 3 persons between 8th floor and P. Yes, tell me who is the person who is living on the 8th floor? One more information is there. What is that information here? Between E, maximum number of persons in between. Information maximum numbers are staying between 2 persons. And who are those 2? Maximum number of persons are E and S. Now, sir. Maximum number of persons are seated between E and S. As maximum number of persons are seated between E and S, what is the possibility here? 1 and 8. As 1 and 8 is there, then we are discussing about the 8th floor. Yes, where is this 8th floor here? No, 8th floor and P. And only 3 people are living between 8th floor and P, isn't it? 8th floor is either E or S. Can E be at the 8th floor? E cannot be at the 8th floor because 7th one, E sits third to the left of the person who is living on the 7th floor, and these 2 persons are not at any end, isn't it? Not at any end. And these 2 persons cannot be in that order as well, isn't it? Because now in the ascending order also, from either from the top or bottom cannot be at this one. Hence, as E cannot be at this one, E must be at this place. Follow here? If E is not here, then who will be at the 8th place? Yes, isn't it? Because E and S there must. E is on the 1st floor, S is on the 8th floor, X is on the 5th floor, information given. Are you following this one or not? Because here we do not have that much space to represent the data. Follow avutunnarandi? Fine. Then, now in this one, tell me what are the floors here? The floors are 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Now who are the persons in this one? Now we have finalized that. Whatever this one, S on the 8th floor and E, because maximum numbers between these 2. X is on the 5th floor, that is clearly given. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now L is here and this L is facing south and this person is also facing south. There are 4 persons who are facing south and 4 persons who are facing north, 4 persons who are facing towards north. Then earlier we had discussed about, then who is the other person here? Either Z or X or Z. X or Z, because there are 3 persons between these two, and E. Now E cannot be at this place, isn't it? E cannot be at this place, hence where should this E? If E is here, now the 7th floor person must be at this place, isn't it? As 7th floor person is there, now let us check out the information. And no one. This E is seated out to the left of the one who is seated on the 7th floor. The person who is living on the 7th floor is facing north. E is seated out to the left, and one of them is an immediate neighbor of B. One of them is an immediate neighbor of B means either E is an immediate neighbor of B or this person is an immediate neighbor of B. B can be anyone, out of which B cannot be here. Why? B cannot be here because B is the first, B can be here, is it? Because B is the first person, isn't it? And B can be here as well. Then immediate neighbor of B, but no one is seated at the extreme ends of the line. Only 3 people are between the persons. Only 3 persons are sitting between the persons, sitting between. Here he is talking about between the persons, those who are living on the 8th floor and P. Between 8th floor and P, how many persons are there? 8th floor, who is that person? S. Between S and P, there must be exactly 3 persons. Between S and P, how many persons should be there? There must be exactly 3 persons between S and P. And again, one more information is given. What is that information here regarding H and P? H and P gurinchi oka information unto cheppandi. As many people of number of persons to the left hand side of H equals to the number of persons to the right hand side of P. That means this H and P must be at equidistant from either end. 1 places, 2 places, 3 places, or 4 places. Then now H and P. Now if you take this H and P, now in this H and P, where can this H and P here? H cannot be here. H and P. Now in this H and P, now how many persons are there? We are having some 8 persons, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now L is at this place facing towards north, isn't it? Now let us check out where this H and P can be. H and P can be at the first and the last places, isn't it? Because they were not in the ascending order. What is the ascending order here? The ascending order of these persons is B, E, H, L, P, S, X, and Z. Now this is the ascending order. Now sir, now here is talking about H and P. Now P is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. P cannot be here anyhow. H and H. Now H cannot be at this place. As H cannot be at this place, then whatever this one, as H cannot be at this place, P cannot be at this place, isn't it? Number of persons to the left hand side of H is 2, then right hand side of H P must be 2, which is not possible. Hence H and P cannot be at this. Can H be at this place? If H is here, then P must be here, which is also not possible. H and P cannot be here, H and P cannot be here, isn't it? Then what are the different possibilities we can have for H? H and who is the other person? P must be at this place. That is one possibility. Then what is the second possibility? HRP must be at the corners. And out of which the second place is what? There are 3 persons between this L and X, isn't it? 3 persons between S and P, there are 3 persons. And again, now L and X. L and X again, X and Z. X and Z, there are some persons. Hence, this case is also ruled out. Finally, we are left with H and P must be at the corners. Clear now? Now we have finalized this H and P. Now let us come back to this one. H and P, where should this H and P? HRP or HRP at this corners. If HRP is there, then out to the left of the one and is an immediate neighbor of B. Who is an immediate neighbor of B here? This, either E or this person is an immediate neighbor of B. Only 3 persons seated between the persons, those who are on the 8th floor and P. 8th floor and P, how many persons are there? There are 3 persons. 8th floor, who is that person here? P can be either here or here. If P is at this place, 1, 2, 3, L and S must be in the same place, which is not possible. Hence P cannot be here. As P cannot be here, this is the very basic reason why I have discussed about that point. Okay, as P cannot be here, then who must be here? H must be here. If H is here, then where should this be? P must be here. If P is here, then S, tell me, P is here. Now how many persons are there in between P and S? 1, 2, 3, S will be here. As S is here, B cannot be here, isn't it? And S is here, B cannot be here. And whatever the place of this S, now in person, 3 persons in between S and P. Then only 3 persons seated between the persons, those who are living on the 8th floor and P. 8th floor is S and P is here, and no one is sitting between the persons of S and the one who is living on the first floor. S and the first floor, there is no person. E and S are adjacent to each other. That information is not required at all. And maximum number of persons living between between E and S. We have used that information. As many persons seated to the left of P. How many persons are to the left of P? There are 7 persons. And same as the number of persons to the left of H. Number of persons to the left of P is 7, and H is facing towards south. 7 persons are to the left hand side of this P as well. As many persons sitting to the left of Z. Now we have Z. As many persons to the left hand side of Z is same as the number of persons above B. Now the first information, what is the first information regarding this Z here? E is sitting toward to the left of the one who is on the 7th floor, and one of them is E is toward to the left of the one who is on the 7th floor, and one of them is an immediate neighbor of B. One of them is an immediate neighbor of B, and but not seated in extreme end. Only 3 persons are between the persons who are living on the 8th floor and P. No one is seated between S and the one who is living on the first floor, and the maximum numbers. As many persons to the left of P is same as the number of persons to the left of H, and as many persons sitting to the left of Z, same as the number of persons above L, isn't it? Now X is living in the 5th floor, X is living on the 5th floor. Now this information, X is living on the 5th floor, and only 3 people are between X and Z. As only 3 people are between X and Z, then how many possibilities do we have? Now X and Z. If X is here, 1, 2, 3, Z will be here, that is the only possibility. Or if X is here, Z will be here, isn't it? Out of which, tell me whether X can be here or not. No, why? Because X is living on the 5th floor. Now this person must be the 7th floor. X cannot be here. As X cannot be here, then who must be here? Z is here. If Z is here, then X will be here. If X is here, then whatever this B, and B must be immediate, and here it is X, and B must be here, and this B must be an immediate neighbor. Done with this? Then are seated between X and Z, one of them seated an immediate neighbor of L, and Z is an as many persons seated between. As many persons seated between H, seating between H and the one who is living on the first floor. Between H and the person who is living on the first floor, that is H and E. How many persons? There is 1 person, is double the number of persons living between them. Double the number of persons living between them. Now between H and X, H and E, how many persons we should have? 2 persons. Hence where should this H be? H must be at this place. Number of persons between H and E, isn't it? Okay, double the number of persons between H and E are staying. Clear now? Hence H and E must be here. And one of them sitting at the extreme left hand of the row, H is at the extreme left hand of the row. Now sir, from this information we can directly go. Why? Because as many persons sitting between H and the one who is living on the first floor, who is living on the first floor? E. E is living on the first floor, and E cannot be at an extreme end, isn't it? As E cannot be at the extreme end, between these 2 persons, one must be an end, H must be an end. If H is here, P will be the other end. Done? Next one. And P is not living below the 5th floor. As P is not living below the 5th floor, hence P must be either 6th floor or the 7th floor. Either 6th or 7th, P is here. And one more information regarding that, B is there. 7 is Z. Why 7 is Z? No. X is living in the 5th floor, and only 3 people are between X and Z, one of them seated in immediate neighbor of L. As many persons seated between H and the one who is living on the first floor, we are taking that one. Then now again finalize this one. E is sitting. Now let us check out the conditions once again. E is seated third to the left of the one who is living on the 7th floor, and one of them is an immediate neighbor of B. S, 7th floor person is an immediate, but no one is seated at extreme end. 3 persons between the persons, those who are on the 8th floor and P. 8th floor is S, and how many persons here? 3 persons are seated between. 3 persons are seated, and no one is seated between the persons S and the one who is living on the first floor, and S and E are immediate adjacent to each other. Maximum number of persons living between the one who is living on in between E and S, and as many persons sitting to the left of P. How many persons are to the left of P? There are 7 persons, is same as the number of persons to the left of H. As many persons seated to the left of Z. How many persons are seated to the left of Z? 5 persons, is same as the number of persons living above B. Hence above B, how many persons are staying? 5 persons. Hence where should this be? B must be at the 3rd floor. Clear now? If B is on the 3rd floor, then what is the other information here? And L is seated 4th from the right hand and not facing north, and is seated to the immediate neighbor and who are living on the immediate floor. And now sir, L is sitting 4th from the right hand and not facing north, and he is sitting immediate neighbors of the person who are living in the immediate floors, and he is sitting immediate floors. Now this L is in immediate floors, then who is that person? L and Z and B. Hence where should this L? Now this L must be on which floor? L must be, L is sitting 4th from the right hand and not facing north, and he is sitting immediate neighbors of the person. Now this L is sitting immediate neighbors of S and Z, and who are living in immediate floor. Now S and Z are living on immediate floors. Follow here leda? Inkokasari chepta chudandi. Now L is sitting on. Now I am searching for this information. L is sitting 4th from the right hand, isn't it? Now this person is L. Now L is seated 4th from the right hand. L is seated 4th from the right hand and not facing north, L is facing south, and he is means L is seated immediate neighbors of persons. L is seated immediate neighbors of whom? L is seated immediate neighbors of S and Z. Now these persons who are living on immediate floors, then who are living on immediate floors? S and Z are living on, it is not L. S and Z are immediate. అందుకే ఇంత ముందు అడిగినారు మీరు L ని 6th floor అంటున్నారు మీరు. S and Z are living on immediate floors. Now as S is here, Z must be here. As Z is here, P is here. P is here, left floor is L must be here. Done with this information? And after going to your home, work out this one on your own without seeing the solution. Now this is about question numbers 1 to 5. H is facing south, X is north, E is south, S is north, L is south, Z is north, B is south, P is north. And the floor arrangement is S, Z, P, X, H, B, L, E. Then question number 6 to 10. Now in this 6 to 10, yes, 6 to 10, any logic in this one? Now the words are arranged in the descending order, isn't it? The words are arranged in that is descending order or the ascending order. L-A-B-O-R-A, T-O-R-Y, L-A-B-O-R-E-R, L-A-B-O-R-I. That means all these words are arranged in the ascending order. Now here. Now in this input and output, all these words are arranged in the ascending order. Then the numbers, what are the numbers here? Yes, question number 6 to 10. Now in this one, L-A-B-O-R-A-T-O, L-A-B-O is common, R-A. Here, R-E, R-I. L-A-B-O, U. Next one, U-R, U-R-E, URED, UREI. All these words are arranged in the alphabetical order. The words are arranged in the alphabetical order. Then what happened to these numbers here? Now, some other digits. Now 3, 7, 8, 3 and 10. Now here first which element has been changed here? 3 is coming to this place. And 3 is coming to this place means among these numbers 17 is there and 30 is there, 16 is there and 31 is there, 37 is there. Which has been changed? 21 has changed. 21, what are the digits? 2 plus 1 is 3. That has been arranged at the first. Now 3, next is shifted to the second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place and sixth place. Then coming to the next number. What is the next number here? After this one, then he has taken 16. Because from here to here, which element has been changed here? Then, now 16 is not present in this one. In the place of 16, they have taken 7. Then what is the sum of the digits in 16? 1 plus 6 is 7 and they have taken this 7 at this place. Next one, 8 is coming to this place. Now how will you get this 8 with the help of these numbers here? 3 plus 10, 37, 31, 16, 30, 21, 17. And the next one 17 has been done with 8. Next after this one 4. How will you get this 4 here? Tell me which number has been changed. Now 30 is present, 37 is present. Now this 31. Now in the place of 31 they have taken this 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. Next one after this one what is left over here? 30. Now 3 plus 0 is 3. And finally what is the number here? Final number is 3 plus 7 is 10. 10th number will be here. Done? Then again in this one, but whereas one thing which is not clear in this one is why they have taken 3 at the first place, 7 at the next place and so on. Okay? That is still confusing in this one. Then 11 to 15, 11 to 15. Yes, 11 to 15, how many of you got this 11 to 15? Please raise your hand, those who got this 11 to 15. 11 to 15. Chappan evarana chesara? Now in this 11 to 15, as see here everyone. There are 6 persons, Brahma, Sharma, Narmada, Dharma, Varma and Surma are living in a 6th floor building and all of them born on different years. Years were clearly given but not necessarily in the same order. Each one born in a different month which is equal. Now listen this very carefully. Each one born in a month which is equal to the single digit of their born year. That is, the one who was born in 1962, what are the digits here? 1962. What is the sum here? 10 plus 6, 16 plus 2 is so much? 18. 18 means 1 plus 8 is so much? 9. And this person must be born in the 9th month, that is September. And if any number comes twice, then consider only one number. Then ground floor is first floor and above is second floor and so on. The topmost floor is 6th floor. Done with this? Now this is what the information given. Now it's directly giving the months in which they were born. Now how to identify the months here? By adding the digits in the given year. Then the resultant will be your month. Clear now? Then first tell me what are the years here? 1966. Now 1966, next one 1977, 66, 77, 82, 1982 and 1983, 1982, 1983, 1985, next to 1985, 1989, isn't it? Now in total 6. Now let us find out the months here as well. Now 6 plus 6, 12 plus 10 is how much? 22. 22 means 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is what? 4. 4, that is in the month of April. Next one here, what is the sum? 14. 14 plus 10. 14 plus 10, 24. 24 means 2 plus 4 is how much? 6. 6th month is June. One of the person who was born in 1977, okay, born in the month of June. Clear now? Then 1982. Now in this one 20. 20 means 2 plus 0 is how much? 2. And this person was born in the month of Feb. Then 11 plus 10 is 21. 21 means 2 plus 1 is 3. And third one is what? Third one is March. And next one 13 plus 10, 13 plus 10, 23. Isn't it? 23 means 2 plus 3 is 5. This person must be born in the month of May. And 1989. 89 means 7 and plus 10, 17. Isn't it? 17 plus 10, 27. 27 means 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 is September. Yes, what are the months these persons were born? April, June, Feb, March, May and September. Clear now? Then, and this is what the information we have. And again, see here everyone. person who was born in August, living on one of the floors above the one. Is there any person who is born on August? No, hence this entire case is ruled out. Clear now? And there is a small error in the given puzzle itself. Because finally we are not getting this August NE place. But as one of the information is related to August, hence there we were stuck at that place. Amma? Fine. What is the condition here? If any number comes twice, then consider only one. Any number means what is the number here? Any number means after adding this one, isn't it? Now, is there any number which is coming twice at this place? No. No number is coming twice. If any number is repeated, then we should take only one. But as here, what happened to this one? All the numbers are different to each other. Done? Hence, it is not August, maybe it could be April or something. Because A and A is matching, there in the place of April, they might have taken August. Akkada kuda ravatledu April. Adem. Okay? Then, next one. Yes, question number 19 to 23 done? 19 to 23. Now in this question numbers 19 to 23, yes, quick, 19 to 23, completed? 19 to 23. Tell me whether shall I explain this one or not required. 19 to 23. Now straight away, distribution. Now how many persons we have? 7 persons, and they like 7 different games, and they are buying different products and in different shops. Now it is here distribution, 3 parameter. Now if you fix the persons at the first place, then the games and the items and the shops can be fixed. Chestara? Then now this is about 19 to 23, because last 2 days we had discussed about this distribution. Then afterwards, then yesterday you have asked about these questions, 20, 30 and 31, directions type of question. Yes? Yes, whether you have done this one or not. Chepandi chesara? Now let us discuss, today let us discuss about this one, because yesterday we haven't discussed it. Then question number 30. Now in the 30, A has B is to the north of A at a distance of either 4 meters or 2 meters, because these type of questions in another format was given in IBPS 2017 PO, Type 2. Now in our target means we have explained that question as well, isn't it? Then in this one, in the directions case, we have discussed about some 2 sets based on that. Now in this case, tell me M and G. Yes, and G stands for what? Now, if A and B is to the east of A at a distance of either 6 meters or 3 meters. Now here in this one, M and G means G is to the east of M at a distance of either 3 meters or 6 meters, isn't it? Now M is here. If M is here, then G will be here. Then what is the distance? Either 3 or 6, as of now we cannot determine, isn't it? 3 or 6. First let us take the possibilities. In that explanation also we have discussed in the same way, taking the possibilities rather than drawing two separate diagrams. Then next one, G at the rate of L. At the rate of means L is to the south of A 5 or 10. L is to the south of whom? L is to the south of G. L is to the south of G. Now G is here. Now L will be here. What could be the distance here? Either 5 or 10 could be the distance. As of now we cannot finalize this one, and 5 or 10. Then next one. Then what is the next category we have? L hash and N. That means it comes under this category. That means either S is to the northeast of L or L is to the northeast of S. How many possibilities? We have 2 possibilities. Either S is to the northeast means S can be somewhere here or S can be somewhere here, isn't it? 2 possibilities. And at the same time, S is to the east of M is clearly given. Okkasari chudali. S is to the east of M. As S is to the east of M, S cannot be here. Hence S must be here only, isn't it? Hence S is to the northeast of L. Fine, isn't it? Rather than drawing the second possibility, we have finalized this possibility. Because here the information S is to the east of M is given. L is to the west of or not exact. Then next one. Then we have taken S is to the northeast of L and at the rate of k. At the rate of stands for what? K is to the south of S. K is to the south of S, and what is the distance here? K is to the south of S, either 5 or 10. K is to the south of S. Now the distance is not known, either 5 or 10, isn't it? K is to the south of S, either 5 or 10, hence K can be here, maybe equal or then greater than. Then K is to the east of S and K and P. Whatever this one K and P stands for, and P is to the east of K, 6 or 3. And P is to the east of K, then what is the distance here? Either 6 or 3. P is to the east of K, and at the same time P hash R. Hash stands for R is to the north of P, 4 or 2. R is to the north of P, either 4 or 2. P is here. R is to the north of P, either 4 or 2, isn't it? Then, and R at the rate of end S. Now, R at the rate of end S means S is or R is to the southeast of the other. Either S is to the southeast of R or R is to the southeast of S, isn't it? S is here, R is here, hence finally we got that S is to the southeast, isn't it? Saripenda leda? Then, hence what is the distance here? Distance is not given. Then, and the distance between. Next, what is the other in L is to the west of R. As L is to the west of R, now here. L is at this place. This L is to the west of R. After covering from S and this one, this could be either 5 or 10, 5 or 10. Kodi jagrata pattukovali ikkada. If this is 5 and this is 5, then L cannot be to the west of R, isn't it? Then L will be southwest of R. That means the value of S and K must be more than this G and L. Are you following this one or not? Because after coming this one, again going this one, then these two are equal. This line must be more than this line. Are you following this one or not? Then tell me what is the distance of this G? G must be how much? G must, because 5 and 10, this must be lesser than this one, hence G must be 5. G is 5. If G is 5 and this is how much? This must be 10. Now, if this is 10, now whatever this K, now G is 5, now this is L and this is 5 and here the distance is 10, isn't it? Now, we have finalized this. Now, L and R. L and R is what? L is to the west of R. Now, we have that information and L is to the west of R clearly given. Done with this? Then the distance between S and K is 10. Now, this is 5. The distance between SK is more than GL. SK is more than GL, this information is not required, we already derived this one, isn't it? And the distance between RP is 1 more than GM, R and P. GM could be either 3 or 6, R and P could be either 2 or 4, R and P is 1 more than M and G, then this M and G can be 6. If it is 6, here it must be 7, which is not possible. Hence, as it cannot be 6, it must be how much? It must be 3. If it is 3, then this will be how much? This will be 4. Done with this? Now, the distance between R and P is 4. If the distance between R and P is 4, the RP is 1 meter more than, the distance between MG and KP is not equal. MG and KP, MG is 3, KP can be either 3 or 6, it cannot be equal, it cannot be 3, it must be 6, isn't it? It cannot be 6, that's it. Cheppandi inkem unda? And KP is, what is the distance between S and P? Now, here no information about this one G and S, and the distance between these two is also cannot be identified, isn't it? Because it is south, northeast. Northeast could be at what distance, it is not clearly known. Then the question is about what is the distance between S and P? P is here, and where is this P? P is here, and S is here. S, tell me what is the distance here first? This is 10, this is 6, 10 square plus 6 square is how much? 136. Now, this 136 can be written as root over 136 is how much? Divided by 4. If you divide this by 4, 39. 39 or 34? 34. 16 kada? 34. And so 2 root 34, that is choice 3 is the answer. Follow here? Intiki velli idi malli practice cheyali baga. Because now, with the information what happens here, you will take 2 possibilities. That will be very confusing. Rather than taking 2 possibilities, here is clearly given the information From there we can finalize this one. And question number 32 is similar to this one, 31. 31 is also the same. Shall I explain this one or not required? Yes. Northeast. No. Now, how to take this information? Now this one. Now in this one, hash and at the rate of means B or A is to the northeast of either A or B. That means either B is to the northeast of A or A is to the northeast of B. And two possibilities. Now in this one, what is the information here? L and S. Either S is to the northeast of L or L is to the northeast of S. Two possibilities, isn't it? Out of which S is to the east of M is clearly given. S is to the east of M, this S and M are in a straight line. S and M are in a straight line, we are already there, L at this place. L is here, then S is to the northeast. And there itself we have completely taken off the second possibility. Okay. Information ledanukunte rendu diagrams draw cheyali. Andike first ikkada nunchi velina ventane I have taken this information. Now I have fixed that. Okay. As 31, shall I explain this one or not required? Now sir, yesterday in paper also we have some questions based on this one. Please work out all these questions at a time. Okay. Then next one. Then as question number 36 to 40, 36 to 40 SBI 2017. This is 2007. SBI 2017 P1. Now we have discussed about this one in the recently held, isn't it? In one of the classrooms. Chapmantara avasram leda? Now because now 36 to 40 and 41 to 45. 36 to 40 in the recently we have discussed in one of the classrooms. 41 to 45 this was also given in 2016, but whereas in SBI we haven't discussed in the recent past. 41. Now tell me between these two which one should I explain? 41 to 40. Okkasari 36 to 40 doubt unte nenu malli chustam. Okay, 41 to 45. As 41 to 45. Now in this 41 to 45, now question numbers 41 to 45, this is again based on what? N means either hours and or minute hand is at 1. And means it must be at 1. And star means star. Hours and or minutes hand is at 2. And at the rate of means 6. And this end means 5. Next one. Percentage. Percentage is at 8. Percentage is at 8. Next one. Exclamation stands for 3. Next. Hash. What is the number here? 9. And finally, copyright. As what is the number here? 10. Now this is what the information provided. If two symbols are given, then by default the first symbol will be considered as hour hand and the second symbol must be considered as the minute hand. If two symbols were given simultaneously, dollar and at the rate of, that means dollar is hour and star will be minute hand. Then the time will be how much, tell me? Clarity vachindananuko meeku saripotundi. Now let us take for example, now what is the element given here? Dollar and star is given. As dollar and star is given, tell me what is the value of this one dollar and star? Yes, anyone please? Dollar and star, the first one must be what? The first one must be hour hand. Hour hand is at 1 and minute hand is at 2. Hour hand is at 1, minute hand is at 2. That means the time is how much? 110 is the time, it is not 12. Okay? Now it is a minute hand has 2, which implies that the time will be 5 into 2, 10. Clear now? Fine. Then Surya drives 70 kilometers per hour. He is going to attend a marriage function at what time? Percentage at the rate of. Percentage means how much? 8. At the rate of means 6. 6 means what is the time? 8:30. Now function, to attend a function at 8:30. Now the function is at what time? The function itself is 8:30. Now this person is moving at speed of 70 kilometers per hour and it takes 7 hours to reach auditorium. As it reaches 7 hours to reach auditorium. He wants to go and attend the function before 15 minutes. 7 hours plus 15 minutes. Then find out the time on which Surya started his journey. Total time is how much? 7 hours 15 minutes is the total time before 8:30. And 7 hours 15 minutes before 8:30 will be how much? 1 hour 15 minutes. Isn't it? 8:30 లోంచి 7 hours 15 minutes ముందు స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి. ముందు స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పుడు మాత్రమే then he can able to reach on time by 8:30. Then what is the time here? And 8 minus 7, 1 and 1:15. Now this person has to start at 1:15. 1 is represented by what? Dollar. And 15 minutes means this minute hand will be at 3. And 3 is at given at what? Dollar exclamation. That is choice 4. Done with this? దీంట్లో కూడా పెద్ద డిఫికల్టీ ఏం లేదు. తెలియలేదు అనుకోండి ఇక వదిలేస్తాం. అందుకు ఇప్పుడు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయవలసి వచ్చింది. ఆ డైరెక్షన్స్ కూడా ఎందుకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి అంటే నిన్న మనం వదిలేసాం కాబట్టి మీరు కూడా వదిలేస్తారు. Then question number 42. Now in this question number 42. Yes, tell me what is the next one here? And if a bus departed from a station at star hash. Star is what? 2. Hash is what? 8, 9. 2 and 9 means now this bus departs at 2:45. And it took 3 hours 45 minutes. 3 hours 45 minutes means 6:30. And then this 6:30, at what time it reached the destination? And it's 2:45 plus 3:45 and the total time is 6:30. 6:30 means both the hands must be at the same place. 6 and 6. Our hand at 6, min hand is also at 6. 6 is given by what? At the rate of and at the rate of, that is choice 2. Clear now? At the rate of and at the rate of choice 2. Then 43. As question number 43. Surya needs to catch a bus scheduled at star n. Star is 2, exclamation is 3. That means 2 and 3 means now 2:15. Now the bus scheduled at 2:15. It will take 6 hours 25 minutes to reach his home from the bus stand. From bus stand 6 hours 25 minutes. At what time should he arrive his home? Now from here, how much more time? 6 hours 25. Then 2 hours and 2 plus 6, 8. 25 this one 40 and 8 is at what time? 8 is percentage. 40 is again 5 8 40. Percentage choice 4. Done? Can you work out the remaining 2 or not? Okay, this is the pattern. And the next is English. Sir is already waiting there. Yes, all the best to your examination. Okay, chala jata chesko. Now in this one, yes, please do not get scared by looking at the size of the paragraph. Okay, in the puzzles or anywhere, you will definitely have some 20 questions that you can able to solve. First, you should choose whether you can able to solve such type of questions or not. Okay, and again, please put some emphasis on the critical reasoning questions as well. At least 3 to 4 questions should be solved in that critical reasoning. Definitely solve that. Data sufficiency at least 2 to 3 marks. Okay, please do not completely focus on only puzzles. Okay, first analyze this one, how many questions you could able to solve. Now these puzzles, what happens in the last 2 years, rather than increasing the difficulty level in the puzzle, now what is he doing here? Now he is trying to give more and more information. Data will be more, conditions will be more, but as in general the logic will be very less. Now this also comes under the same category. And previous one, circle and square, that also comes under the same. That is also very easy because only the conditions were given. That is much easier when compared our inward and outward circular arrangement. At the same time, earlier we had discussed about one more puzzle. 4 lines were given like this, isn't it? Now the lengths of these lines were given. Now some persons are here, some persons are here. This much information is there. And in general, this is much easier when compared with our row arrangement, isn't it? All facing north. Antakanna easy undi. But as most of you people have left this one because by looking at the size of this paragraph. Because the difficult sets we have already done and there is no other possibility for that person to give much more difficult than these papers. Hence, what should he do? And he should scare you by giving the length of the paragraph and giving more and more conditions, giving explanation to each and every point, isn't it? This much line will be there, it is like your reading comprehension in English. Adi choose meer bhayapadipotunnaru. Okay? Hence, all the best to your examination. The next is English.